Everything for me, for me, for me. Baby, it's the everything for me, for me, for me. 'Cause baby, it's the everything for me, for me.
First and foremost, if nobody told you as of yet today, I love you. If nobody told you as of yet today, I am proud of you. You're going to continue to achieve anything you set out to do. You understand me? Also, chosen ones, you already know. I do have to give you that brief disclaimer, right? So I only want you to take what resonates. Thank you, God's purpose. I only want you to take what resonates, and I want you to leave the rest behind, all right? I don't want you trying to force certain scenarios for you. If you don't happen to get your confirmation through me, I guarantee you're going to get it through somebody else, all right? So be patient with your process. Also, chosen ones, thank you, Kay. Thank you, beautiful. As you already know, my voice is too raspy. And the way my allergies are set up, I'm trying to tell you, all right? So my voice is too raspy to be whispering, okay? So it's about the time that you probably want to go ahead and hit that volume. Now, before we get started, chosen ones, I definitely want to thank you in advance for all your love, like, share, subscribe, your gifts, kind words, not only to myself, but each other too. I appreciate you, because I don't always get the pause in the middle of my message to relay that to you. So I appreciate you, okay? Also, again, excuse me in advance, because I sound a little, you understand, a little congested, as they say, but it's my allergies, all right? So if you hear me breathing like Baby D, I promise you I'm fine, but it's just my nose is a little clogged, all right? Now, I also do want to say right now, chosen ones, I do have a sale. Now, I'm not sure how long it's going to last, only based upon bookings, all right? So I say this because right now it's buy one, get one free, okay? The link's in my bio. This is for the 30-minute coaching sessions. This is for the hour coaching sessions. This is for the 10-minute readings where I record the reading to you, the 15-minute recording reading too. So the link's in my bio. Now, I say this because some of you, we can talk on the phone. Definitely answer any questions that you had, provide clarity to you pertaining to your circumstance, relate to you what God has me say to you. But other chosen ones, you may want to listen to the recording, have the recording so that you can go back and reference it. So I do have multiple options. Again, it's buy one, get one free. So after your original, during your original appointment, you could tell me with the next day based upon availability that you will want to choose for you. I cannot give you a deadline on when the sale will end, only based upon, again, it goes based upon bookings, all right, chosen ones? So I do want to say that. Now, let's get started. There's a few messages for today. The first I have to say is this, chosen ones, we're going to go back to the past a little bit, all right? I say this because there were certain individuals that you were previously connected to that are just now starting to receive karma based upon how they carried you. And I say this, chosen ones, because you're somebody that, again, you're loving, you're genuine, you extend yourself to certain individuals, but sometimes you don't acknowledge the timeline or the time frame that you're supposed to be connected to them. And I'll explain it, right? So, chosen ones, there's certain individuals that feel like they successfully got over on you, whether or not this was stealing certain finances from you, whether or not this is them trying to conjure certain energy from you, whether or not they try to ruin the reputation of you. There are certain individuals who feel like they got away with what they did. There's some individuals, chosen ones, that God has been in their ear telling them that they were supposed to apologize. Now, this is previously, because now you created the closure for yourself. So before, you were looking for closure from somebody else, right? So you wanted to know why they did what they did to you. You didn't understand why they carried you the way that they carried you. You could have wanted them, as far as justice to happen based upon things that they took from you, intended to do, whatever the case may be. Now, hear me out. I say this, chosen ones, because there's certain people that God's been in their ear telling them what to do, telling them they needed to apologize for how they carried you, that they need to rectify the situation that they presented to you. Some of them were told to stop doing certain voodoo and hoodoo towards you, whether or not that was love spells, whether or not that was chaotic spells, whether or not that was illusions on you, whether or not that was death magic towards you. God told them to stop. These individuals chose not to listen, so now they're starting to go through karma. Now, I want you to know this, chosen ones, because some of these individuals recruited people to attack you too. So this is past friendship or past friends that were really foes. This is past relationships or people that you were romantically interested in. There's past job positions, so on and so forth. So do not just put this in a bubble pertaining to relationship or romantic wise, right? Because there's certain individuals that your family was attacking you, friends was attacking you, whatever the case may be. Now, these individuals, chosen ones, they tried to befriend you, to betray you. So these are people that when they initially were friends with you or being cordial with you, whatever the case may be, they had certain intentions behind them. So some of them were sent in to try to pursue you based upon people that you no longer were connected to, that try to use this person to sabotage you. There's certain people, chosen ones, where they try to send in certain Jezebel spirits to have you acting like them. There's certain people that they sent in energetically that were trying to be your handler. Now, what do I mean? See, chosen ones, when you look from you can look at the celebrity world, thank you, baby, and say, oh, well, you could pick out certain people that are handlers. But you have to be able to decipher that from your everyday life too, because it's always easy for you to see from an outside view, but when it comes to you, you're not seeing it too, right? So there's certain people that have been operating as your handler. These are people that encourage you to do certain things that were damaging towards you, whether or not they're telling you to drink all the time, telling you to be high all the time. They were a negative influence. Whether or not that's that person who told you not to align with somebody who really loved you for the person that could do financially for you. Whether or not that was a family member that tried to arrange certain marriages or relationships towards you just because it was beneficial for them. So some people were encouraging you to select certain partners based upon the fact that they knew that that person would keep you limited, would keep you restricted, would persuade you to stay in the circumstance that you were in. So these were handler energies, chosen ones, okay? So there's certain job positions where they promised you certain pay. They promised you certain promotion. They had you working all day. They had you away from your family, away from your friends in order to create certain solutions for them. But you never got that return to you. So the promises of pay never came through. You broke yourself down for these individuals who no longer needed you. You sat there and again wasted your time on these individuals building up their dreams, their admirations, whatever the case may be, but you never received those same things. It never was reciprocated nor received, right? So these are the handler energies. You have to realize, chosen ones, that handlers are demonic, right? So these are sent as monitoring spirits. These are people that watch you, that are going to bribe you, are here to deter you, are deliberately here to siphon certain energy from you. So again, it's not just strangers that could be handlers. Your mother, your brother, your sister, your lover, your friend. There's certain individuals, chosen ones, that their intentions are not pure pertaining to you, okay? So stay with me. Now, I say this because they had an opportunity to do right. So these people that were attacking you, attempting to put certain spells on you, had you all paranoid because you felt their projections. You knew somebody was watching you, but because you didn't physically see them, they tried to have you go crazy in a sense. So you were paranoid, looking over your shoulder. There's some of you that really, they started to make you go crazy, where you're seeing certain things, you're feeling certain things. That's a demonic trait. So if you're feeling, chosen ones, now when I say this, because some of you are seers, so you can see spirits, you can see that. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about the ones that make you paranoid, where you looking over your back, the ones that are driving you crazy. That was projections. So people have sent black magic towards you to make you go against you, make you feel like what you're feeling is not true. So they really were behind the scenes doing certain things towards you, but presenting themselves like they were all for you. You had to watch that, okay? Now, I say this, chosen ones, because throughout time, God started to show you the truth about these people, right? So God started to intuitively tell you intentions of these individuals before they had an opportunity to do it. So you started to feel like that person was a cheater way before you seen them cheating. You felt like that person was a hater way before you seen signs of them hating. Whatever the case may be, I want you to know, everybody from your past that God had you disconnect with, do not look back, because there's certain people, chosen ones, from your past that are trying to project in your energy. They can't reach out to you. So this is like God making it so that they can't have no calls come through. So whether or not you block them on social media, you block them on your phone, you changed your number, you moved away, whatever the case may be, you raise your vibration so they no longer can connect to you, communicate with you. you protected yourself from these people trying to come in contact with you. So what they try to do, chosen ones, they'll energetically try to siphon you. So some people will do sex spells where they'll be doing sexual activities by thinking of you so that you start to think about them sexually too. That's like you being answering the phone for these individuals. So be mindful. There's some people, chosen ones, that I have you going back memory lane thinking about good times that you had with them, but it's wild because they never want to remind you of the pain that they caused. So they'll have you thinking about certain things were your fault, that you guys disconnected, and now you're questioning on whether or not that was the right decision. That's certain demons that's trying to get back in contact with you, okay? There's some people, chosen ones, where they can't reach out to you. So that's almost like having on your phone. See, I'm a throwback, right? So I got to say that. When I say throwback, because you remember when Nextel or Sprint used to have, I think Sprint was like after 7 o'clock, the calls was free. As far as Nextel, the little chirp, after 9, you good to go, whatever the case may be. So there's certain people, chosen ones, where they can't reach out to you. It's a one way. So they're trying to conjure you back up so that you reach out to them. So be cautious of the past people popping up in your energy. This is not something that you're supposed to go back down memory lane, that you're supposed to consider entertaining them again. God is giving them an opportunity to prove, giving you an opportunity to prove to them that you walked away from that cycle, that you're no longer interested. So again, they had an opportunity to close the door. They chose not to. So God had you close out the cycle for you. You are no longer connected to them. You are no longer the person. Yes, thank you, Deborah. But yes, the Nextel chirp, baby. You already know. Okay, that used to be my thing. All right. So with that being said, I say this, chosen ones, because there's certain people that's going to try to have you reach out to them. So this is people from your past that's going to try to have you come back. There's certain people that are going to attempt to have it so that you look on their page, see what they up to. There's some of you, chosen ones, that karma is coming for them. But because you were so caught up in vengeance, you were so focused on making them pay for what they did to you, I want you to realize, chosen ones, that this was working against you. You are not somebody who operates out of evil, all right? See, there's a difference between feeling God's wrath based upon karma and consequences that you did, and there's some people who try to put justice in their own hands. So if you start being mean or negative or spiteful or hateful, you're operating out of the same energy as these individuals. You didn't lowered your vibration. So now you're in the darkness with them. So whatever they were sending to you can attach towards you, right? So I say this, be mindful of how you feel. Do not operate out of hate, but that doesn't mean that you be sending love and light their way either. This is something where you turn the other way. You don't acknowledge them. They no longer exist. But they're going to try to trigger you right now. Some of them are going to try to come back around or try to have you at the same place as them. So they're trying to conjure up that you go to the place that you used to go to, so you run into them. It's not happening. There are certain people, chosen ones, that are going to try to get in contact with people that you used to be connected to, cordial friends or cordial associates, but you moved away from these individuals too, so they have no ability to get back in contact with you. I say be mindful, because they try to use your feelings against you. They try to use you against you. So projections, all right? I'll explain this to you. Some people, chosen ones, when I say they try to use you against you, because they'll have you in your feelings. They'll have you think about the things that they did to you. You're knowing that it wasn't right, but the inner child of you, your feelings is hurt. So you may put yourself back in that cycle by replaying what they put you through. So now you're seeing yourself in that situation that you just came out of again, which puts you back in that cycle with them, right? So sometimes, chosen ones, you got to speak it to release it. Sometimes you just have to actually speak about what happened to you. You need to let that out. You need to release it so that, again, it's not just hidden within you. You understand me? It's no longer a part of you. So release yourself from the cycle. It doesn't mean that what they did wasn't right, but you're not going to allow it to continue to dim your light. That person was a cheater doesn't mean the person coming towards you is going to cheat on you. Just because that person was mean towards you doesn't mean that somebody else is going to be mean towards you. So why focus on the bad? Focus on the good instead, right? Now, I say this, chosen ones, because they'll try to use your energy. They'll have you depressed about what they did to you, so that when they send magic towards you at that point in time, it can stick to you, because you'll be in a lower vibration thinking about what they did to you. There's certain people, chosen ones, that they want you to be mad, so they'll intentionally try to trigger you so you react, because at that point in time they can have somebody energetically attack you. It will attach to you, and then now you're back in that cycle or connected with these individuals, okay? So do not allow these people to use you against you. Don't allow them to have you speak certain negative things on you either. So you had to believe in you. That small little glimpse that God showed you of what's coming towards you, he showed you it quick. He showed you it small to the point where you try to tell somebody else to look, they didn't see it. It wasn't intended for them to see. So you trying to persuade demons to where they should be, or to persuade demons to believe what you're believing. They're not supposed to. They're not equipped with the same glasses as you. Plus, even if they could see where you're going to, they can't come with you. So that would just cause more chaos. So sometimes you got to be silent. Think about how your mother used to tell you, or somebody used to tell you, hey, you want to go to the store with me? But they didn't want to take that younger sibling, or they didn't want to take the other child, or they didn't want to take, you understand? So they like, listen, you just come on. Be quiet, hurry and get your stuff together, get your stuff on, let's go. But if you was to make it known and tell that person who couldn't go where you're going to, now you done ruined your opportunity of going to, because now you done cause a scene, right? So chosen ones, sometimes God will tell you get ready. Sometimes God will tell you that certain relationships you're about to get out of. Sometimes God will tell you that certain places you're about to move to, you are not to tell individuals that are around you unless he gives you a confirmation that you're supposed to. See, if these people are supposed to go with you, God would have showed them a similar message as you, so that they would have been ready to go, right? So there's some of you chosen ones that you're trying to wake these people up. You're trying to get them rest and go with you, but they're not able to. So now you done woke them up. Now you done caused a scene. Now you done sat there and gave them promises that you can't stick by, because God told them that they couldn't ride. Understand? So make sure of that. Now let me make sure, because I want to make sure that it's not. I heard somebody, I see somebody say it was pausing. So babies, are we good? Let me just make sure before I do continue. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, babies. So let me make sure. Okay. We're good? Okay, just making sure. Now, chosen ones. Thank you, Kay. Thank you, beautifuls. Thank you, guys. Purpose. So with me saying this, chosen ones, you are not to second guess you, okay? God intuitively told you certain things that were designed just for you. Think about if you put on somebody else's prescription, in a sense. Their eyes could be worse than yours. So that's somebody who's in a negative energy. They pessimistic. They not aligned where they supposed to be, right? So you wear their glasses. You not seeing things clearly. You running into certain things. Some of it can make you have a headache. You feeling sad. You feeling mad. Feeling out of place. That's them. You understand? So I want you to be cautious, chosen ones, because certain people, even your family, they can't tell you or give you a blueprint that's for you, because you're somebody different. See, they could give you the first little part, but chosen ones, you're somebody that's going to go far. You have a real purpose in this lifetime. So stop comparing yourself to other individuals. See, you may feel like this person was more material, had more material gains than you, but you ain't realized the wealth was within you. You didn't realize some people just got a quick glimpse of what they could have got had they done the right things. So you're comparing yourself to so-and-so who scammed to get that, who sold their soul to get that. And a lot of people say you can't sell your soul. Now hear me out. Because they say you can't sell your soul because it's not yours to sell. Well, here it is. If your mother was to buy you an item, or somebody was to buy you something, and you no longer had purpose for that, and they say that's yours, you can do what you want with it, and you choose to sell it, or you choose to give it to somebody else, they can't say anything because they gave it to yours. So God gifted you with your soul, gifted you with an opportunity to do wonderful things. But if you don't see the value within you, if you don't see the purpose in your position, then you're going to sit there and sell yourself short to give somebody else what it is that you have, right? So when they say you can't sell your soul, God gave the soul to you. So these people who sell themselves short, they don't know their value. That's like taking some expensive jewelry to the pawn shop. You know that they're going to lowball you. You know that they're not going to give you your value. So this is like you interacting with a karmic. You know that they're not going to honor you. You know that they're not going to pay you your worth. And this is not just a karmic romantically. This is as far as certain job positions too. They're not giving you, chosen ones, your value. You understand? So just be mindful of that. Now, with me saying this, chosen ones, they sold themselves out. So God gave them something. Some of you were the person or the gift that God gave them. Over time, your value increased. So this is like a collector's item, right? Certain children, you buy them a collector item. So this was like the Tonka trucks. This was whatever the case may be. You purchased or you got that. See, at that time period, when you was immature, when you was a child, some of the people didn't realize the value of the item that they got. So this is like the collector Barbies and all of that. I'm talking about the throwbacks, right? So there were certain items, if you got the collector Barbie in the box, you couldn't play with it at that time. You just had to have it up on that shelf, and that value was within it, right? So it was good to look at, but you couldn't play with. See, some of these individuals, you were that item, chosen ones. You were beautiful to look at. They knew that you was valuable, but because they couldn't play with you like they wanted to, guess what? They disposed of you. But there came somebody else that knew exactly what your value was. Somebody that had already prepared a place on their shelf for you, in a sense. Somebody who already was waiting to cross paths with you. That's going to know your value. So with time, your value aligns, chosen ones. It can continue to go up. So don't let people sit there and downplay you and make you feel less of yourself just because they don't know the item that they have. You hear me? So, and I mean that, because some of y'all downplay yourself, baby. Don't you know that you somebody's prayer right now? It doesn't matter if you got $1 million or not. It's the fact that you got a genuine heart. You got $1 million mentality. You got somebody that what you had, you were still willing to break down with other people just to make sure they eat. You're somebody, chosen ones. Again, I say this because when I give you the comparison pertaining to we'll just stay off of that. I'll bring that up, okay? But I want you to realize there's some people who say, well, love can't buy happiness. Love can't pay the bills. And again, I always say this, chosen ones, that you haven't experienced love for real. Because that love that a mother has for their child will have them living for them instead of themselves. That love that a mother has for the child is going to have them wake up and pay certain bills, make things out of nothing. So how you was able to stretch that money that you had in your tank, your ass could have been damn near riding on fumes for the rest of the week. But you made sure that you was able to do what you needed to do. Love for your child, or love to make sure that they taken care of. Allow that to happen. There's some of you that haven't slept in a long time. The love that you have for your family, the love that you have for whatever the case may be, it'll make you bring things out. You understand? Or have other strength in you. Now, with me saying this, baby, there's certain karma that's coming into people who crossed you. There's no way that you can spare them, even if you wanted to. So I want you to realize that initially, certain people were not getting hurt with karma, chosen ones, because you were still around them. You were still praying on behalf of them. You were still clicking on their page, so your energy was still around them. You even clicking on somebody's page, chosen ones, if you not prayed up, whatever they got going on will be transferred to you. So you need to be mindful of that, okay? Now, I say this because some people, chosen ones, don't realize that your family, like your soul tribe, that you may look like you're at a certain place. So there's some people that felt like you was by yourself because you isolated yourself. You ain't have no family around, but that was because you isolated yourself from negativity. You don't care what title that they had. Negative is negative, and you was positive that you was not going to deal with them, right? So you set boundaries. Now, what you set in these boundaries, it doesn't just go to who you want it to go to. These boundaries are set for everybody that you encounter, because some of y'all, the cycle started from a child. So you had partners that are similar to your mother or father that was holding you back. You got certain friends that had similarities to the people that was holding you back. So the same demon comes in different disguises. So that demon that was your mother or your father, you got from around them, right? So guess what they do? Send a monitoring spirit. Because you didn't fully disconnect from that cycle, you sit there, they send a monitoring spirit, which is your partner, who acts just like them, but dresses himself up differently. So they may not come across initially just like those people, but in due time, you start to see the true them come out. You start to realize, like, wait a minute, you the same way as them, right? So, chosen ones, you have to get rid of the demon. You don't sit there and become them. You don't befriend them. You beat them the fuck up. You hear me? And I don't mean physically, chosen ones. I'm talking about energetically. You understand? But if things happen, it happens. But I'm just saying, you don't match that negative energy. So God is sitting there. I want you to realize you set that boundary. That boundary is a wall around you. That means anybody that goes against that boundary, they got karma and consequences coming through. So some of y'all's family members that's hitting it. Lovers that's hitting it. Past friends. People that you may still have around you that God's been showing the truth. But your love for these individuals outrode the love that you had for you. God told you that it needed to end. But you continue to be around them. Karma's coming in. I want you to realize everybody that they was recruiting to attack you too. So these practitioners, they friends that they had watching you and gossiping about you, these friends that they had trying to befriend you, to betray you. And when they realized, chosen ones, when you caught on to them, they try to become you. When they realized that they couldn't become you because they messed around and blew a fuse trying to be you, they're not equipped to carry the same energy as you. They don't have a calling over their life like you. They light is not even, they light's not bright at all. It's dim. That shit's almost out. So they try to take your light instead, chosen one, to help them out. Absolutely not. So I say this because your God has the wrath coming through. So anywhere that you was at in the past, so you kept clicking on that past person's page, your energy was there. So karma couldn't hit them because you were present. You understand? There's certain people, chosen ones, that literally, they're doing spells on you. They're trying to poison you. Some of y'all are around people that are really putting poison in your food and you blaming it on everything else except for these individuals. You have to see through that, baby. If 1 + 1 is 2, and 2, how they say, stop that. Okay, there's some people that are your handlers and you're not realizing that. That's that person putting you down. That's that person who's trying to pay for everything just to keep you around. So you're expecting finances to come from them, and instead it's coming to them and it's not coming to you instead. So they're going to continue to hand you what they want to hand you, limit you, keep having you depend on these individuals when they mean no goodness towards you. So stop saying you want to get a partner that can buy this or a partner that can do that. No, baby. Instead, speaking on yourself. And if they come, okay, they pour into you, you pour into them as well. But do not put your dependence on anybody else. You hear me? Even when I tell y'all, I'm here to help you learn your gifts. I'm here to have you stop second guessing yourself. I'm going to provide confirmations for you in real time, things that you only talk to God about, so that you know God's relaying the message through me to you. You understand? See, I'm here to, I don't want people to be dependent on me. I want you to know that I'm here with you if you need me. So you putting in this work, okay, I got you. I'm gonna stand here with you. Okay, you need a little bit of heads up, you need a little clarity, I'm gonna provide that for you. But I want you to know your strength. You understand? So now you can go help somebody else when you see that they're in that similar situation. Or, chosen ones, again, you can go on to do positive things, great things. Do not have people, because some people just want to have you dependent. Some people want you to always have to come back from them. There's some people, chosen ones, that, again, they want to isolate you, make you feel, because you're putting power in them. So every time you speak life into them and not yourself, you're putting them over yourself, which then again has your blessings come to them and they're going to give you scraps instead. So cut that out. But you have to realize it's the end of that. So no matter who you try to spare, no matter who you try to help, no matter if you don't want nothing to happen to them, it is what it is. It's all well. Because karma's coming. Some of these people, chosen ones, you don't even know what they was doing towards you. Because the love that you had for them, you started assuming that they had love towards you too. And it was not the same. It was one way. You were just looking at what you were giving them, but you didn't realize what they were exchanging. Negative energy, okay? So be mindful, because you guys are sponges. As spiritual individuals, as infants, you're equivalent to, if you want to, as far as a comparison, you're a sponge. So think about what a sponge does, okay? So it absorbs, correct? So you have to make sure that you're not absorbing energy, but instead you're transforming it. See, instead of a sponge absorbing all of this spill or whatever the case may be, right? I want you to realize that they're transforming it, right? So you're cleaning up the mess. So yes, one part of it is you absorbing, but you're transforming that mess into something clean, correct? Now, I say this, chosen ones, because you have to fulfill you. So think of a sponge. If it's full, it's nothing. It can't absorb nothing else. So you got to be full of God. You got to be full of confidence. You got to be full of faith. You got to be full of yourself, in a sense. You understand? Not selfish. There's a difference, right? You have to be so full that wherever you go, they get signs or little parts of you is left in that area, right? So think of a sponge. If it's full, it can't wipe up this certain mess, but whatever it has in it, it's going to bleed off onto other things too, right? So make sure it's love. Make sure it's positive. Make sure it's God. Make sure that it's faith. Make sure that it's optimistic. You understand me? So you are a sponge. Don't absorb everything. You are here to transform it. So this is like when you talk to somebody on the phone and they talking about, you're feeling good before you get on the phone with them. But all of a sudden on the phone, they want to sit there and tell you about all their problems that they have. And see, prior to the call, you had energy. You was feeling so energetic. You was happy, listening to music. You was cleaning. You was dancing. Then what happened, baby? They called you. So now they didn't transfer that energy towards you. They start putting all their stuff on you. Talking about how they partner ain't shit. They going through this, whatever the case may be, right? It's okay, baby. I'll post this on my YouTube. The link's in my bio, okay? So it's under the YouTube/live replays. I'll make sure I post this after I get off, okay? So get back to work. I appreciate you, but I'll make sure it's available for you to catch afterwards, okay? Now, with me saying this, chosen ones, again, there's certain individuals that you were connected to that when you talk to them, they start releasing all their problems on you. And then what happened? At the end of the phone call, they talking about, oh, they felt so much better. And the whole time now you feel everything that they was going through. So the advice that you gave them is the advice that you're going to end up having to take based upon you taking the energy from this individual. So now you in love, but because they was talking about relationship problems, now you out here scrunching up your face to your partner. Because you was in love, you knew that this person is your divine partner, but because this person got in your ear, start saying certain things, now you start acting weird. Cut that shit out. There's some of you chosen ones, you helping this person figure out their car problems. Now all of a sudden your shit's stalling. Now your shit's cutting off. It's because you transfer that energy. So it's equivalent to somebody who has makeup on their face and they give you a hug. If it's somebody that you like, you may not mind that makeup coming rubbing off because you're like, man, I'm just trying to get close to you. I don't care about that. But there's some of you chosen one, depending on the person and depending on what's getting rubbed off on you, you like, I don't play that shit. So be mindful, okay? Now, so don't absorb, you transform. And what do I mean? Somebody send negative energy towards you, so they try to make things difficult for you. Find a positive, right? So this person tries to intentionally be petty towards you. Try to keep certain things. So if they have a car and you need to hold it, when you had a whip, you was driving around, everything was cool. But now that you felt limited, now all of a sudden they got a car, but they not assisting you with it, or they being petty. They make you feel like you got to beg, whatever the case may be, right? So you done transferred energy with them instead. See, you can transform it by saying, okay, well, at least I know the truth about this person. So as soon as I get my whip, don't ask me for shit. I ain't giving you a ride no more. I'm going to remember this, right? As far as chosen, so you transform that energy. This person keep hating on you, leaving certain comments towards you. Instead of taking it negative, one, block their ass. Don't give them attention. Don't have nobody, because everybody say, oh, well, I like the fact they engage and you running my... No. You don't need no negative energy to bring no positive pertaining to you. You understand me? So cut that out. Somebody say something negative, block their asses. If somebody keeps making comments towards you, make it so nobody can comment no more. But don't sit there and entertain that, nor give power to that. But you transform it, because if they're leaving negative comments, they think of you more. And if it's daily, you're part of their routine. So this is somebody that'll act like they don't like you, but the whole time they looking up to you. You understand? So this is like you saying, oh, well, this person left you. Transform that to a positive. Thank you, God, because had I been settling with this person, my true divine person wouldn't have been aligned. Had you not pushed me out of this situation, there's some of y'all, God's been telling you to leave a certain job position. You ain't listen. So now you got that shoulder tap. Now that badge is deactivated. Now you got escorted off the premises. But think about the positive. Thank you, God, because I know you pushing me into my purpose. Because you can't be, your present can't, your future can't be present, or your future's not there if your past is present, right? So your future will be absent. Your where you're going to will be not matter if your past is present, because you're going to keep replaying that shit. You stuck in that, right? So no, chosen ones, find a positive. If they fire your ass today, what you going to do? Apply to another job, figure out what you're going to do. So why do you have to get forced out of position for you to do that? If God's been telling you this job brings you no peace, you broke down, you tired, you discouraged, and you know that it's been conflicting with you, you've been getting, so why not just go apply to another one? You settling for that job for them to push you out. That's like you settling for that person who really don't want you, cheats on you, but you just waiting for them to walk away from you. Why do all that? Cut their asses off. Going to a place that reciprocates you, chosen ones. Because, again, some of y'all, it damn near radio, baby. All right? And when I say radio, I'm talking about the movie. Because some of y'all, it's not processing. Why are you chasing somebody down who doesn't want something? And you're chasing this person to give them love? That doesn't make sense. Because if they wanted the love, they would have sat there and stood still, and they would have caught it then, right? You acting like Baby D chasing after Day-Day's ass around the court. Cut that out. You done chase from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime with this karmic ass person. So James ass, Mr. Can't Get Right. You understand me? You out here chosen ones, out here chasing somebody who looks fresh, but they soul on funk. You out here chasing shorty around who got pretty bundles but no brain underneath. Cut that out. Why are you chasing somebody who doesn't want to receive? That's like trying to chase this person down. They got a whole plate full of food. They ain't even eat what you gave them already, but you want to add more to it. Whereas this person right now is waiting for you to get the opportunity to eat, in a sense, or have whatever the case may be is that you have to present them. This other person is properly prepared. They didn't already ate what they needed to eat. They have it cleared for you. So on and so forth. So you chasing after somebody. That's why I say it's an illusion. They'll mentally manipulate you. The enemy will have you chasing them thinking that they valuable, and the whole time God's like, who the fuck told you? Now excuse me, because God don't cuss, but I'm a translator, all right? So I gotta say it in real terms that you'll understand, right? God's like, who told you, in Portia voice, who said that? Who said that that's your partner? You out here talking about, oh, you want your husband. That's not him. Mr. Can't Get Right. Mrs. Can't Get Right. Mrs. Pass Around the Pocket and Pipe. Absolutely not. That's not your person. You understand? You chasing this person down, trying to persuade them to choose you. That sounds like a prostitute. I'm just trying to say, you out here trying to sell yourself to these people. Look, I'm beautiful. Look, I'm this. Now they guess what? They can't afford you. So now they gonna have you cutting down your value so that no, absolutely not. You out here selling yourself. So you just like Shirley's ass walking up and down MLK. You just like Shorty over here paying her. You understand, getting paid to play. Cut it out. Stop selling yourself to these individuals because you sell yourself out. Nah. You had somebody who pursues you, knows your value, chosen once again. Yes, you're that collector's item. So you don't just put yourself in anybody else's hand. You wouldn't give that That's like giving your auntie who smokes butters, who smokes rocks, access to your house, and you got a lot of valuable stuff. Why would you even take the risk for that? Why? Why would you? I'm just trying. You understand? Cut it out. You don't chase these. You out here crying because you didn't get accepted by the demons. Do you know? You're wondering why this person didn't choose you. Everybody's getting caught up before you. Do you know what they getting caught up for? How they think? Do you know you got 30 minutes? Some of these individuals was getting caught up before you guys. Like, we're going to get this over with. Okay, they want this, give it to them, because I got something more valuable for you. Do you understand that? So let them have they had their little time now, chosen ones. It's our time. So now you about to have love, baby. And not the love that you got high. Not the love that you got to be scared because somebody else is by their side. Nope. You have to have that real love. Somebody who show you off. Somebody who is confident to claim you. Somebody who is going to want to pour into you. Somebody who wants to be vulnerable towards you. Somebody that you don't have to hide. Chosen one. It's a difference between being private and secretive. See, you may want to be private initially because you embracing the experience. You enjoying yourself, right? You, again, you're protecting it. But you have to know, too, that comes with a certain timeline. Because if not, that goes towards you hiding that individual. So at first, gotta have you private for you to acknowledge that this is your person. So think about this. I always give you the comparison to you was renting all your life. Renting from different places, renting from different houses, landlords or whatever. So you didn't came across some slumlords who ain't fix shit. You done sat there and stayed in certain places that was damn near the trap. There's certain whatever the case may be. Now you didn't rent it out. So the past person wasn't your person. You try to dress them up like a place that you could be. Whole time you were trying to mold them into somebody that they wasn't going to. They wasn't equipped to. So you try to we're used to turning houses into homes. We're used to changing how Jesus did water to wine. They have to present something for us to transform it, right? So you sat there and had noodles, sauce, and some meat. You was able to transform that to some spaghetti so you and your children could eat the whole week. Or you sat there and changed that $10 towards that tank where it could stretch until the time that you got paid again. See, you're used to transforming, chosen ones. You do that all the time, baby. But I say this because there's certain people that you was renting out in a sense. You thought that this was your forever home. You thought that this was your forever place. You thought this was the person that you were supposed to be with, but that was only for a few seasons until you got certain things together, right? So you were renting before. Now you found your perfect home. So now you aligned with you healed you. This is equivalent to you getting your credit together or getting your finances together, whatever the case may be, right? You finding the place that you want to live, know the house that you want to have, all of that, right? So these people that you encountered prior to now was like you renting in a sense. You were trying to mold it into something that made sense to you. You try to make the best of what was presented to you, but it didn't belong to you, right? You knew that in due time things can switch up and you have to find another place, right? So I say this, baby, because as far as it, you were renting places that didn't belong to you. So now you started to think about what type of places do you want. So this is like the past people. Nah, I want somebody who loves me. That person before, they provided, but they ain't show love to me. So now I want somebody who's a provider, a protector, and a lover too. Like you're starting to think of certain things that you like. Like, nah, last time I lived at a busy street. Now I want a laid back type of location. So that was equivalent to before you had somebody who had to be seen, somebody who was arrogant. It wasn't confident. They was arrogant. They was show offy. They try to act all this way. And now you're like, nah, I don't want that house that's on the main road trying to be seen, a busy ass thing. Like, no, I want this, whatever the case may be. So now you're seeing what you want in your forever home. Now some of you have found it. So this is that person, that's that position. This is an opportunity, whatever the case may be. Now guess what has to happen? You have to have it inspected, chosen ones. So this is equivalent to you saying that prayer, like, God, whatever's not for me, I ask you to remove from around me, right? So you're saying the prayer, chosen ones. At this point in time, that's like you bringing in an inspector for that location. Yes, you see that this house looks exactly like you want. Yes, it has the things that you were looking for as well. As far as everything, like you're looking like, man, this is it. But you need that inspection. Because you done sat there and ran into places that looked nice but wasn't what it was. The foundation was effed up, right? So now, chosen ones, the last part of your stage is waiting for God to confirm if this is your person, if this is your job, if this is your place, whatever the case may be, right? So you just wait. After that, chosen ones, you're good. You got the go ahead to move in. Now you building now, so on and so forth, right? So some of you are at your inspector stage right now, where you're inspecting whether or not this person is for you. You're inspecting if this position is for coming towards you, whatever the case may be. Not every opportunity that presents itself is for you, chosen ones. Sometimes God will present an opportunity that looks nice but ain't right just to see if you're using your intuition. Because if your mind, body, and soul does not co-sign with it, it's not for you. You hear me? So thank you, babies. I appreciate you. So listen, okay? As far as this, it brings me to my next stage. So this is the second part of the message, okay? Now stay with me because I know I've been on here for a little bit, but I'll most likely break it down into videos. We'll see, all right, on YouTube. Now, with me saying this, chosen ones, there's people that are going to present themselves right now. Let's just say in the scenario that you cleared out the karmic cycle, so these are not karmics that's coming towards you. But if you need me to clear that up for you, again, the links in my bio. I got buy one get one free right now. I seen somebody previously ask, but I was in the middle of what I was saying. What's the difference between coaching session and reading? Coaching sessions, we on the phone. So I'm going to relay to you what God has me say to you. I'm going to bring up your past, your present, and your future, right? Just so that you know that God co-signed me with you. Everything that I say are things that you two had a conversation about, right? So after that, that's coaching sessions. And during the coaching session, you can ask me as many questions as you have along the way, whatever the case may be. The readings are different because the readings, I record for you. So these are ones that you can go back and reference if you need a reminder as things are getting presented, as you need a reminder for things that you need to let go too. The readings I chosen ones I record and I stand by that, okay? So I'll say that. So again, the links in my bio right now is buy one, get one free, okay? So I got an hour coaching session. I got a 30-minute coaching session. The link's in my bio. So as soon as you click the link in my bio, it'll tell you, okay? This ain't no fraud shit, how they be like, click the link in my bio for this. Click the link in my bio. It'll take you to my page as far as booking. It'll take you to the YouTube events.